AFC East, is it the best division in football? That's the first question.
Okay.
And who's winning it? That's the second question.
All right, here we go. So is it the best division in football? As of right now, November 14th, yes, it is. You have the Bills, who are arguably the best team in the AFC. You have the Miami Dolphins, who are arguably the best team in the AFC. You have the New York Jets, one of the better teams in the AFC, absolutely no doubt.
One that I would say maybe the best defense in the AFC.
Is all in the
You
playoffs
can definitely make that. You can definitely make that claim.
Winning
and the
games.
Patriots, year in, year out, they provide you rosters that just look disgusting, and somehow, some way, that man, Mr. Bill Belichick, will somehow put out a top 10 defense and will continue to win games and somehow keep a team above 500. So to talk about the Jets, I gave them a snide. Even still, I give them their respect. They have been arguably the biggest surprise of the National Football League. Now, the only division that rivals this one is the NFC East, where the Eagles are the best team in football as of right now. You have the Dallas Cowboys, who are a contender for the NFC. You have the Giants, who are one of the better teams right now in the NFC. Record is one of the better ones, but of course, the roster is not up there with the top of the top, the cream of the crop of the NFC or the AFC. Washington is just one of those teams that you look at and just think,
Stinky.
mediocre at best. But just comparing the two, you look at the Bills, the Dolphins, the Jets, and these are three teams that have impressed more consistently than the Giants and the Cowboys, and they have been great in their own right. But who's going to win this division? So long as Uno stays healthy, this is the Dolphins' division to lose, honest to God. I don't see them cooling down. I see their offense, and week in, week out, is among the best in the league. You have the Chiefs, and then right there is the Dolphins as the second best offense, in my opinion. They click on all cylinders in the pass game, and now acquiring Jeff Wilson, they're just going to open up another aspect of their game where Raheem Mostert has been doing his thing. You had Wilson on 17 attempts go for over 100 yards and a touchdown. He looks explosive. He looks like he's going to be a force to be reckoned with in this offense. And now he has the luxury of not being, well, the primary focus was not on Jeff Wilson in the Niners, but that was their scheme. They were a run offense. The Dolphins are a pass-first offense, and Jeff Wilson is going to benefit from that. And he also has a quarterback that's actually elite and can open up the playbook for him as well. So to go off that sense, the one thing you can look at the Dolphins and think that is holding them back is their defense. But this past week against the Browns, this is the best they looked overall. And as long as they continue to clean some things up defensively, this team can go to the Super Bowl, 100%.
The Dolphins?
Yeah.
The Miami Dolphins can go to the Super Bowl.
Just wanted to make sure.
For sure.
Okay. I think it's the AFC East easily. I think if you compare them, the only division you can compare them to right now is the NFC East. But I think you look at the Eagles and the Bills, they cancel each other out. I lean Miami slightly over Dallas, but I think when you have a team like the Commanders that's kind of holding them back in terms of the Patriots, who are still a good football team.
Giants, Jets. Where do you go?
I lean Jets.
Ball nowhere.
I need, because like you said, they have an elite defense. That's something you got to put your trust in. And offensively, Zach may not be all the way together, but right now he can manage a game. He can get you a win. He can be smart.
Very
so
true.
I like the Jets over the Giants right now, and then the Commanders stink. So realistically, the AFCs could potentially have 4 playoff teams in. In terms of who's still winning the division, it's the Bills division to lose just because they've owned this division for a couple seasons now, and Josh Allen has been the sole owner of this division. But I still lean them. Their defense, they've had guys coming down in lineups for the past couple of weeks. Their depth has been really good offensively. Josh Allen just hasn't looked his best over the last 2-3 weeks, but I think he picks it up. And him not looking their best, they're still 6-3. They still all have the same amount of wins, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like I still trust Buffalo. This is going to be the stretch. Same thing for Miami. These next couple games is going to be the stretch that really determines who's going to be the best team in the AFC East. This is not a cakewalk, but I think Buffalo picks it up. I think Josh Allen figures it out. Stephon Diggs has been lights out. There is a lot on his shoulders offensively for that team, but I'm still going to trust Buffalo in that defense and Josh Allen.
I'm going to say that's what worries me, really. The defense of the Bills has not been this lock-up unit.
There's a brand new fantasy app. It's called Boom Fantasy. You got over-unders, player props. You got matchups. This player versus that player. That's personally my favorite. And long shots. You can win 40 times your money. And if I'm not mistaken, Joel, NBA is coming soon.
Yes, sir. NBA will be in the app in the next 10 days or so. I believe opening night is October 19th, so we'll have stuff up a few days beforehand. That's going to be fun because we have it every night. You don't have to wait till Monday, Thursday.
Did you get your code? The league pass?
I did get my code.
I got my code too.
Yep, that's amazing.
That's from 2K, right?
Yes.
That's tough.
Amazing.
That's fire.
So if you guys haven't already, download the Boom Fantasy app right now. Link is in our description or in the caption wherever you're watching.
And offensively, yes, Josh Allen is amazing. Josh Allen single-handedly can win you ball games. And I expect Josh Allen to play better towards the stretch of the season and in the playoffs. But he's shown that he can be beat, especially by teams like the Dolphins and the Jets.
And overall, the defense has been really, really good.
No, it's been
really just
solid,
this
but
Vikings game
there's been moments and flashes where the defense lets them down.
Yeah, I mean, they've let up more than 20 points, I think, twice all year. Sorry.
They just be having the guys banged up. Like Matt Milano, he just came back
That's
last
another
game. He
thing,
didn't
the
play.
injuries as well.
Their secondary is completely depleted.
Trey White didn't play last game. Gregory Rousseau didn't play. Kyrie Elam didn't
And you've
play.
seen
Jordan
in
Poyer
clutch
didn't play.
moments like Ed Oliver, Von Miller. Like,
And when you're
it's
playing a
time to
team
go,
like
they go.
Kansas City, you're playing a team like the Dolphins that have
Well, they beat Kansas City.
prolific passing offenses. They did.
Regular season.
But thank you very much.
Well, I mean, that's what we're talking about
Right
now.
now, you take the Bills over KC?
Oh fuck no! Well, no. Yeah.
Oh, I was saying just last week.
Yeah,
when
I
we
would
had
still.
this.
I would still
Okay.
take the Bills over
I
Kansas
said,
City.
fuck no.
Sorry.
He lost me for a
Nah, I
second.
would still
Bills,
take Bills over
I
Kansas City.
believe,
But you
are
wouldn't take
still-
Miami over Bills because of one game.
Huh?
You wouldn't take Miami over Buffalo.
No, but Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs a little bit different animal.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, the playoffs is like shit.
I still have the Bills winning the AFC East. I like that you said potentially the Patriots make the playoffs. They're not going to make the playoffs. Patriots are not going to make it.
I'm sorry.
I don't think they are.
I mean, that's
Show
a
them
fine,
little bit some love. You know what I'm
that's a
saying?
fine. It's fine. I mean,
What,
they're
they
the
5 and
Patriots.
4?
Yeah.
5-4, yeah.
Yeah, they won 5 games.
the Dolphins have been hot, but they have a stretch of games in the second half of the season. We're creeping towards it. That is difficult. You face Buffalo on the road. You're going to face the Packers at home. You're going to face San Francisco. You're going to face the Jets again. You're going to face the Chargers, which they're not going to be a cakewalk either. I look at the Jets, and they have an easier schedule than some may think.
Would be crazy if they
We
win.
do face the Patriots at Gillette this weekend. It's going to be a tough game, but I think the Jets can win. Back at home, we face Chicago.
That's a win.
Chicago has been really good offensively.
hot.
I think that's going to be a terrific game, but the Jets should be favored, no doubt. Our defense should put an end to this Justin Fields run that I think he's been on. We face the Vikings. The Vikings are always in one-score games.
Where at?
That's winnable at Minnesota, but we're road warriors.
Undefeated.
We
can win
face
that game.
Buffalo again, then we face Detroit, then we face Jacksonville, then we face Seattle, then we end with Miami. If
So 4 tough
all
games.
goes according to plan,
There are a couple tough games.
Yeah, we-
About
I
4.
think-
I count 4.
I think we can beat the Patriots, we can beat the Bears, Lions, Jaguars. Those are 4 games in itself that I feel like we should be favored in them. Seattle may be a toss-up,
Mm.
and I think
We're on the road. We'll
and-
be underdogs.
Yeah. Oh, we are. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you are right. Well, okay, yeah, that's true. Minnesota, I think, is winnable. The only games I really don't think that I wouldn't favor us in are the Bills. I even think the Dolphins.
We'd be underdogs at Miami. We'd
Yeah,
beat
we
them
would,
already.
but I think we can beat the
Road
Dolphins
dogs.
too.
You guys are road warriors.
And
I
I
think-
keep
yeah, I think we can
and
for sure.
Zach Wilson is going to start playing well. He's going to start playing really well.
I'm sorry. Week 18, I'll put my entire house on it. You guys are not beating the Dolphins.
Well, it
Well, if it
depends because
rains,
what if
then
they
different
what if they
story.
rest the players?
I think if the division's on the line, they're gonna play.
Oh, of course. Yeah, division's
yeah.
on the line for sure. I also agree with the rest of you guys. Coming into the season, we all thought it was going to be the AFC West. Got the conference right. Maybe didn't get the division right. AFC West has really not lived up to standards, and we thought the Broncos maybe had a shred of life. Beat that Titans game. We win. You're 4-5. Maybe
we
you have a
won that
chance.
I thought the Raiders would be good.
The Raiders are.
Yeah.
God, the Raiders are really a mess.
So I'm looking at this right now. Sorry to cut
No,
you
you're
off,
good.
Joe. Last game versus the Jets, Tua completed 59% of his
He
passes,
looked it up.
2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 75 passer rating.
That was on the road, right?
Yes.
2-1.
I was there.
No, actually it was home versus New York Jets. That was at home. He did that.
Got it.
Yeah.
2-1.
What week was that?
That was towards the end of the season. Because I remember that was the game where Zach Wilson picked up the bobbled snap and then rolled to his left and hit Jamison Crowder. I don't know if you remember that.
Not really.
I got to show you. But
Yeah.
when he was at New York at the Jets, he faced Joe Flacco. That's the game he went to.
Yep.
He had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Yep.
And completed 81% of his passes. And then the first time he faced New York, he just completed 2 passes, 2 attempts. So not a full game. But when he's faced the Jets, he's had 4 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. And our defense was trash last year.
Talk.
Terrible.
Now your shit.
And
Now your
their
shit.
offense was trash last year.
I guess so, yeah. So I guess we're both good now.
We're both better.
No, for sure.
So now it's a test.
That's why this division is the best in the game now.
Yeah, because coming into the year, we knew the Bills were going to have the. Everyone thought that it was on lock, right? Everyone thought there was no chance, really. I know you gave the Dolphins a chance, and very few people, maybe 2% of the population, thought anyone else had a chance of even
Miami
competing in
fans.
this division. Miami fans, mostly because Buffalo not only went toe-to-toe with Casey last year, lost a heartbreaking game, but then they went in and brought Von Miller and drafted James Cook. Gabe Davis had all the hype as the wide receiver, too. So people were thinking they were going to be better than last year. So far, they've been solid for sure, but they haven't been world beaters. Like you said, they're not unbeatable, right? Really, no team in the NFL is unbeatable right now. I know the Eagles are undefeated technically, but they're not unbeatable, right? Kansas City's lost. I still think Kansas City's the best team in football right now. But it's really those 2 other teams, the Dolphins and the Jets, 2 of the teams that probably been scrutinized the most in the offseason. Organization, for sure, the Jets, and quarterback Tua. Those might be the most scrutinized organization, scrutinized quarterback coming into the season. Tua, we know what he's done. He's, top 3 in MVP right now. He's having a fantastic season, proving all the doubters wrong. And they have a legitimate chance to go on and win the division. Now their schedule is tough. You guys play the Chargers, the Niners, you have to play the Bills, the Jets week 18. So there's no gimmies, right? You have a couple play the Texans after the bye, so a couple gimmies in there. But then when I look at the Bills, their schedule is pretty easy. I just looked it up. The remaining games they play the Browns, Lions, Patriots, Jets, Dolphins, Bears, Bengals, Patriots. I look at that schedule is a lot easier than what the Dolphins
Both,
have to
honestly,
play,
yeah.
and even the Jets too. So I still favor them. But it just really goes to show that we, especially in the offseason, we have a tendency, all of us, to take a 5,000-foot view, like, oh, look what the Bills have Josh on. They have the best quarterback. They had one of the best defenses. It's very easy to take this huge view from 1,000 feet away and just be like, there's no chance. But we have to remember once we're in the season and it's week 10, 11, and things are really going down, how tight the NFL really is. Because week in and week out, we see all these crazy upsets. We see whatever might be injuries, bad luck. Like, look at this Vikings and Bills game, right? Like, all of the things that went right for the Vikings went wrong for the Bills could happen on any given week. So in the offseason, it's very easy to look at the Bills coming into this year and be like, they have it. But we could see now it's not going to be a cakewalk for Buffalo that everyone thought, right? The Jets defense is legit. The Miami Dolphins offense is legit. I know I'm not talking about New England. They've been a solid team. There's no elite unit of them. Their defense has been really good. I shouldn't say the defense has
Matt
been
Judon has been
leading the league in sacks
unbelievable
right now. Like their defense has definitely been really good. I don't trust the offense. I don't know if they trust Mac Jones. Ramondre has been solid. Their wide receivers outside Jacoby have more or less been, disappointing. Tyquan Thornton, who we were hoping to have a good season, he's battled some injuries, who could be an explosive player maybe down in the future. But this isn't a cakewalk for Buffalo. I got them win the division, but I mean, in the playoffs, if they have to play one of these AFC East teams like Miami or like the Jets, they're going to be favored by a touchdown probably in either of those games. But I think it's going to be a really close game, whoever they're going to have to end up playing.
I think you said a lot of great things right there. And I was going back and looking at that Jets game. And surprisingly, I'm looking at it, and the Jets receivers for that game were Jamison Crowder, Ryan Griffin, Tyler Kroft, Braxton Berrios, Trayvon Wesco. Keelan Cole only had 9 yards. Michael Carter had 2 yards receiving.
It was disgusting.
Yeah,
Disgusting bad.
none of our starters played, and now we have Garrett Wilson, Corey Davis, and
I mean,
Elijah
who
Moore.
are stars?
You guys are completely different.
And it was a one-score game that game too.